Today's podcast is sponsored by Simmons Bank in White House, Tennessee. Simmons Bank was rated as one of the world's best banks in 2023 according to Forbes and is celebrating 120 years of serving customers.
Hi, and welcome to the Stay Positive podcast. My name is Rachel Allison. I'm the host of today's show, and I'm joined by Kelly Hamilton, who recently won the Leaving a Legacy Award at our Legacy Gala this week. Kelly, thank you for being here.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Kelly's a little nervous to be on this podcast, but he and I have been friends for about 6 months now. We work out together at CrossFit Hendersonville, and I recently infiltrated the 8 a.m. class where Kelly has attended, and it's been fun getting to know you in that way. But then shortly after we met each other, I learned how involved in the community that you were, and you actually had reached out to me at one point about some volunteer opportunities, and I just knew you were just a very dynamic, positive, uplifting person. So I'm so excited to have you on our podcast today. So Kelly was nominated for our Leaving a Legacy Award, and he has no idea who nominated him. So I thought we could go over who did that, who sent those nominations in. But while I'm looking that up, I would love to hear your perspective, Kelly. When you first found out you were nominated for this award, what was your thought process?
Well, first off, I had to look up and find out what exactly it was because I really didn't have a clue, which I'm very glad that I did because it led into a whole nother thing of some amazing things going on out there. But once I found out what it was, I absolutely shocked a little bit just to know somebody thought enough of me to put my name down there. And, I saw some of the other contestants, some of the other, vote getters and what they were doing in the community, and it kind of felt like maybe I was a little out of place, but definitely grateful for the opportunity to be in that group to some extent, for sure.
Did you ever consider not accepting the nomination?
That never crossed my mind. I was a little confused, maybe, I guess you can say, just how I got put in the mix. And once again, thankful for somebody thinking enough of me to put my name in the hat. So I felt like if somebody was willing to go out of their way to do that, then I don't know, see it through and see what happens.
So I'm scrolling this Google sheet. We had a ton of nominations come in. Kelly, you had 11 different people nominate you. So looking here, I don't have names, but I've got email addresses, and I think I recognize some of these names. S. Buzako, I think we work out with her. Let's see. M. Rodriguez Ziziba. I'm not sure if you know who that one is. Looks like, sorry, I should have been way more organized with this. 93, 94. Taylor Davis, Jeff Fesmeyer. Are some of these names ringing bells for you? Do these people know you pretty well?
Some of the names ring a bell from the gym community, which, once again, I'm very, very thankful to be a part of. It's such an amazing community, and some of those names kind of come from that part of my life, and it's just very good to know some of those people thought enough about me and put me in there.
Casey Gazenfort from the gym. Another one, Laura Lee. So there was, you mentioned that you wanted to know who said those really sweet words about you that we talked about at the gala. I think I combined, I know another one for sure was Daniel Evans, I found another one, Lisa Murphy, at the gym as well. So a lot of people at the gym. That's wonderful. I'm so glad. I think the big one that came in was Laura Lee. Yes, we kind of put several together. So what Laura Lee said about you, and what Casey said about you was kind of put together to give your description. So what is your reaction to that?
Just thankful. Like I said, somebody thought enough about me to do something like that. And when you hear what people think about you, it's not always good. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. But to hear those words said about you makes you feel like you're maybe trying to do something right. Maybe.
Yeah.
Just very, very shocking, but glad to hear. Yeah.
So you made it because you had 11 different people nominate you, which is incredible. You made it onto the finalist round, and then you ended up winning. The night of the Legacy Gala is when you found out you got your name called. I just want to let you know you had 295 people vote for you, which is what put you in the winning category. So you should be really, really proud of that. What was your reaction when you heard your name called?
Just, I don't know. I didn't really know how to react. Just, like I said, the other two ladies I read up about some of the things they've done and how they've impacted their community. And, I coach football. It's pretty simple. We don't, we have a chance to impact young lives, but it's football. It's like, it's something supposed to be simple. And, to be nominated for doing something simple like that, and to be in the world with those two ladies and some of the other people there, I never thought they'd call my name for that, but just pretty humbling experience, I can tell you that.
Do you even remember what you said when you got up on stage?
Vaguely, but I remembered if in the short chance I got up there was 3 or 4 points I wanted to make, and I tried to hit, I think, most of them. I think I got close. Yeah. I clearly, for you guys putting on the event, I want to thank you for just allowing me to be a part of it and having something, me and my wife could go and share and have a night out unusually that we don't get to have because I'm so busy. And, clearly thanking her for being there, for understanding why she spends so much time alone, why she lets me kind of do what she knows I love to do. And the good Lord, I cannot help thank him.
That is so sweet. I will be honest, I don't remember what you said because it was a crazy night, but I'm glad to know that you at least hit some of your talking points. That's good. You must be a good public speaker. So I wanted to get into, we've kind of alluded to this, but what exactly do you do? I know you have a job because we had to schedule around that today. But then you also volunteer with football. So can you just kind of explain what a day in the life is for Kelly?
Right now it's kind of nice because football season's over for us, but typically, I have call it a 9 to 5, call it 8 to 4, whatever you want, a day job that I work, 5.5 days a week. And, 3 nights a week we coach football. We have 2 hours with the kids 3 nights a week, and we play our games on one of those nights. And, that's a 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after. So it's, 3 hours kind of give or take a little bit. And I've got 4 amazing guys that kind of help me navigate all the 30-plus kids that we have every year. Then on the weekends, I work for an outfit called QB Vision. We train up becoming quarterbacks. It's something that's kind of grown like wildfire in the last 2 years. And, we've got 140 kids across the Southeast and the East Coast that, crazy enough, on a Saturday and Sunday, we'll have 20 kids, and 8 of them will be from, 4 different states. So it's kind of cool to see, their version of football and understand what we're trying to teach. So that's 7 days a week of, some sort of football or some sort of working going on. And I love it, but, that's kind of what a week would look like, maybe more than a day.
Tell us about your football organization because it's not a traditional league.
So my high school coach, I don't know, about 12, 13 years ago decided, a couple of the coaches there decided it was time to start a developmental program to kind of feed the school that the kids were going to end up going to, mainly the high school there. And, a lot of private schools were doing it at the time, and not many of the public schools were doing it. So it was kind of a leap of faith a little bit. And, they had simple goals of what they wanted the league to look like and what our team to look like. And, They wanted it to be a Christian value league. They wanted it to be development more than winning. Teaching how the kids what they're going to learn in the next 4 or 5 years than what they can learn right now to be, have a winning record. It's more about getting them on the field at an earlier age when they get older, when it's important. And we try to stick to that. The 12 plus years I've been doing. I've been the head coach for 4 of them now. So it's been a little different having that challenge, but it's been fun. I've had some great guys that I learned from part of the program, and I still talk to my high school coaches to this day. They're the ones that set this program up. So just to get a constant reminder of what it's supposed to be about and trying to help maintain that. And that's been our goal. So it's been fun.
It's interesting that you started that out by explaining it's a kind of a feeder program for the school, and then you said it's a Christian organization. How is that allowed? How is that managed? Because traditionally with schools being a public setting, that's not really something that's encouraged. So how do you make that work?
We have a parent meeting before the season starts, and that's kind of one of the top priorities that we speak on. This is what this program's about. This is what we're trying to teach the kids. This is what we want them to learn and benefit from as they come through this program for hopefully 2 years. And if that's something that interests you, we love to get a chance to work with the kids. We kind of let them know up front that's what it's for. And I can't think of any time in the past 12 years we've had anybody come up and had any issue with it, which is very thankful for that. But I think just setting the tone on the front end and letting them know what it's really for and what it's meant for has made a big difference.
I love that. That's wonderful. So I got your permission to ask you this before we started the interview, but it had come up several times in how people described you as being a legacy nominee, is that you are so invested in the lives of all of these children within the Hendersonville community, but you don't have children of your own. So I wanted to just ask you if you'd be comfortable sharing about that journey with you and your wife, and just hear your insights into how that has helped you kind of become the man you are today.
Simple version. My wife and I started a little bit later than normal. We went through the process of trying to have our own, and the good Lord saw otherwise. And that's all that we accepted that. We're okay with that. And she's found some solace in a dog that we have, and she treats that thing like a kid. So that gives her a way to kind of channel her energy. And I have 35 brand new kids every year that I get to kind of pass on what little bit I know to them, and just kind of helped us move forward with it. It kind of gives you a purpose, and try not to look at it as a negative, just something that maybe this was the reason why. So
yeah, well, thank you for sharing that. Did you guys get married later in life? Was that the story, or just started that process later?
I don't know. It depends on who you compare it to. I mean, I think I was 30 when we got married, and she was 34. So depends on your perspective, but probably a little bit later than most. We have some folks that had kids that were well before their 30s. They were married and had a family established. So, maybe in our inner circle, maybe it was a little bit later than others, but I don't know if that played any part into it. I think it was just how our path was, and that's what we followed.
I love that you snagged you an older woman. And she is gorgeous, by the way. I finally got to meet her. She is a doll. Lucky you, for sure.
Very lucky. Very lucky.
Well, Kelly, I've really enjoyed having you on the podcast today. I really just want to say thank you for everything that you do for the community. You are very deserving of all of the nominations and the award, and I know that you're going to continue to make such a great impact and to truly leave a legacy. I would say that is the best description of what you're doing. You're impacting the lives of so many, and thank you for doing that. Thank you to your wife, Kelly, they have the same name. It's hilarious. Thank you, other Kelly, for letting your Kelly give so much of himself. So, Kelly, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And once again, I'll reiterate, I appreciate the Stay Positive group and what you guys are doing, and that I can even halfway be a tiny part of it. And I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed learning about what you guys do and the community and the folks that you guys reach out to. So would love to be a part of it to whatever degree you need. I'm here. So you just let me know, and I'll do whatever I can to help out. But thank you again.
Thank you.